Can you hear me now? Can anyone hear me now? Is anyone hearing me? Can you hear me? Anyone? Yes, good. Okay, that was a mime beginning. So mime is like when you pretend and you have to guess what I'm saying. Let's try that again, shall we? Hello everyone, my name is Anna. This is English Like a Native, and today you are joining me for an English lesson. I am from England, I am British, therefore what you are hearing is British English. However, whether you're learning British English or American English, it's all English, so it's all helpful. Today specifically we are doing a grammar lesson, so we are learning English grammar. English tenses is what we're specifically doing, future tenses. Now I'm going to split this lesson into two. So we're going to look at two of the future tenses today, and we'll look at two of the future tenses maybe tomorrow or maybe next week. You know how I feel about grammar, so most of you will know that I don't agree with spending too much time on learning grammar rules. And the reason is because most natives don't know grammar rules. We didn't learn grammar rules. We learned English through experience, through immersing ourselves in the language, lots of practicing, lots of listening, lots of speaking, and reading and writing. And so I think that sometimes learning grammar rules can make the language learning more confusing, and it makes me lose my love for it a little bit. So when I have to learn grammar in other languages, I find it really boring, honestly. And so it stops me from feeling motivated. But I know that everybody learns differently, and some of you think it's really important and really like to know the rules. So that's why I'm here, doing these little grammar lessons to help you out. But this is as much a learning curve for me as well. I have to spend time learning these rules to teach these rules, because for me this doesn't come naturally. So let me say a quick hello to everybody. Hi, hello. Anne-Marie, you actually like grammar with a monkey face like this. That's okay. That's okay. Everybody's different. Everybody learns differently. And if you like grammar, that's great. Good. Look what I got. This is what I went to YouTube last night, and I got some little gifts, and I got this little love heart face. So I'm going to be showing this when I'm happy throughout the lesson. I also got a little poo emoji too. So in England, if we're being polite but we want to say, oh, bother, normally you would say a swear word when something goes wrong. Maybe you hit your toe or bang your head and you go, oh, shh. But you don't want to say a swear word, so we say, oh, poo, instead. That's a polite way to do it, oh, poo. So if I make a mistake, if I do something wrong, or if I'm feeling upset at any point during the lesson, then I'll go, oh, poo. But if I'm feeling happy, I'll go, ah, da-da. Okay, just a bit of silliness. Another thing you should know is that this lesson is specifically aimed at my patrons for interaction. So I will come in and say hello to the chat room here on YouTube, but mostly this is for my patrons. This normally would be a private lesson for patrons only, but I thought from now on I might try making them public for everyone to watch, but the interaction and the correction will happen for my patrons. So these are my patrons. Are you all here? You're all happy? Yes? Oh, thank you, Hadja. Very sweet. I'm online, but I can't see you. Well, Carlos, can you see me now? I can hear you and can see you. Great. Okay, so my patrons, I will be checking in and out with you regularly to do our writing practice. Now, I have written notes, as always, so we're just going to go through these, just a small amount of notes. And anyone who is interested in, first of all, getting involved with the Patreons, so joining the patron team so that you can get the interaction and the corrections, then you're free to. Patrons are amazing in terms of supporting this channel. I couldn't do this without them, and in return I try and reward them as best I can. So they get a lot of rewards, they get all the notes, if depending on their level of patronage, they get notes from all the sessions. There's a giveaway every month for a Skype call. Some of them get Skype calls as part of their package. and they get the interaction as well. So if you're interested in joining the team, then you are more than welcome. The link is in the description of this video. And anyone who is looking to sponsor this particular video, and if you would like your chat to stand out, to be answered and highlighted, then feel free to use the super chat function. And if you do, obviously I will answer your questions, correct your writing if that's what you're looking for, and I'll also send you a copy of the notes from this session. All right, if you are here for the first time, then do press the subscribe button and the bell notification button so you don't miss any future lessons. And before you leave today, make sure you give this a thumb. You all know how much I like a thumb. So let's get started, shall we? Grammar. So previously we've covered past tense and present tense. But what if we're talking about the future? Talking about something that hasn't yet happened? Well, there's a few different tenses we could use for talking about the future. We could use simple future. We could use future continuous or progressive. So future progressive, future continuous. These two mean the same thing. Future progressive, some people call it. I like to call it future continuous. And we've talked about future continuous. Anytime you see the word continuous, then we know we're going to use an ing. Continuous equals ing. ing. We also have future perfect tense and future perfect continuous. There's continuous again, ing. So simple future is I will play. Future progressive or future continuous is I will be playing. And these are the two tenses that we're going to cover today. So let's start very simply with simple future. So here we go. So simple future is very easy to use. It just uses the word will. It also is used for making predictions, and it's usually used with simple statements of fact. So I've put here, it is very easy to use this tense. You simply add the verb will after the subject. So here we go. You'd say, I will go. I will go. And this is your prediction. This is what you're assuming you're going to do. It's very simple. It's fact. What will you do this afternoon? I will go to school. I will go home. I will go to the library. Now I just want to say something very quickly while I'm here. Some of my students like to say, I will go to home. I will go to home. But when you're talking about your home, you don't need to use this word. So you just say, I will go home. If you say to my home, if you're using my, then you do need to use to. I will go to my home. I will go to my home. But if it's just home, you're just saying home, which you don't need to say my home. You could just say home, and that makes complete sense, and it's easier. You just say, I will go home. The same as if you're talking about somebody else. He will go home. She will go home. So that's a common mistake that you must remember not to make. But if you're saying house, or if you're talking about any other building or any other place, then you need to use to. I will go to the swimming pool. You will go to the beach. Where else can we go? Where else could we go to? So patrons, I'm looking for you guys to give me some examples of using this very simple format. So tell me, patrons, where will you go? Hello, Camille. Beach. Have I spelt it wrong? I have. I've spelt it like the tree. I've now corrected it. Thank you very much. You know how bad my spelling is. And I really appreciate it when you guys jump in and correct me. Okay, while I'm waiting for my patrons to give me an answer to some of these I will go sentences, I'm just going to answer one of the questions that came through on YouTube asking about when I go live. Well, every weekend I will always post, or try to always post, a schedule of all my lessons on Facebook and Instagram. So if you are not already following me on Facebook and Instagram and you would like to know the lessons for the following week, then I'd suggest you go and follow so that you can see that schedule being published over the weekends. I will be going live again tonight at 7 o'clock to do a pronunciation class. I'm live tomorrow, I can't remember what time, 11-ish, around 11 o'clock in the morning. And I'm live on Facebook on Sunday. So I'm not doing YouTube on Sunday, I'm doing Facebook on Sunday. Okay? So I'm looking for patrons to give me I will go, and Camille has given me I will go to a bank. Interesting, I will go to a bank. Now you could say I will go to the bank or I will go to a bank. Does anybody know the difference? I will go to the bank or I will go to a bank. Well, let's do it here. I will go to a or the bank. Now the difference actually is a is just a random bank, any bank. I will just go to a bank. It doesn't matter. It could be HSBC, it could be Lloyd's, it could be any bank that I see first. I will go to a bank, random. I will go to the bank is more specific, so it means I know which bank I'm going to. It's the bank on the corner near the roundabout. It's the Lloyd's Bank. I will go to the bank. So that's specific, that is random. I will go to a bank. I will go to the bank. So normally people say I will go to the bank because they know which bank they're looking for. But it's not always necessary. It depends on the context. Okay, and what else have we got? So I'm looking for specifically I will go. Gal has said, I will go to sleep very late this night. I will go to sleep very late this night. Now, this night is not correct. So we should say tonight or this evening. But in this context, you wouldn't say this night. I will go to sleep very late tonight would be the perfect way to say it. Or I will go to sleep very late this evening. Okay, so tonight or this evening. Larissa, I will go to the movies tonight. Perfect, Larissa, well done. Slavek, I will go to hospital. I will go to hospital. Good, you could also say to the hospital. It's probably more correct to say I will go to the hospital. Many natives say this, I will go to hospital. I will go to hospital. It's very natural, but I'm not sure if it's completely 100% grammatically correct. So just to be safe, I would put the in there for you. I will go to the hospital. I will see you on Sunday. Is that a practice, Carlos, or is that you saying you're going to be on Facebook seeing me on Sunday? I can't tell. Hadja says, I will go to the cinema. Perfect. Well done. And he says, when you work or just visit a bank? Oh, you mean for I will go to the bank? Both. If you work at the bank or if you're visiting a bank, then you'd say the bank if it's specific. I will go to your YouTube channel and I will share with my friends. Oh, fabulous, David, thank you. And I will share it with my friends. I will share it with my friends. I don't know what you mean by this, Camille. Yeah, don't know what you mean by that, sorry. I will meet you one day. I will meet, that should be a double E, otherwise it's met, which is in the past. I will meet you one day. Great, okay, so that's pretty simple, isn't it? Simple past is so simple. For those of you just joining me here, hello, my name is Anna. We're doing a very quick grammar lesson here on future tenses. The Skype group that you can see is a group especially for my patrons who I'm giving extra special attention to because they help to support this channel. With their support, I can do more lessons, which helps you. So you should be very thankful to them because without them, you wouldn't have as many lessons. But if you want to get involved with what they get and you want to get involved with helping the channel, then you're more than welcome to. The links and everything about it is in the description of this video. Patreon is what you're looking for. So let's have a quick look at what you guys are saying on YouTube. Why to take to become it? Okay, I'm only going to answer questions that are directly related to what we're doing in the lesson. I will go to dance all night long, says Amanda. I will go to dance all night long. Yeah, that works. I will go, or you might say I will go dancing. Oh, we're about to cover that in a minute. Continuous, ing. I will take a look on my kids. No, you say I will take a look at my kids. Is it wrong, Antonio says, to say this night? Yes, as I covered, you should say tonight or this evening. This night, it's just weird. It's not completely wrong, it's just we wouldn't say it and therefore it feels strange. I will go to eat fried chicken with my daughter. Fabulous. And daughter is spelled with D-A, not D-O. Okay, let's get back to this then. So, just to be sure, we've got I will and then the verb. So, why does it do that every time? So you could say I will take, I will be, I will see, whatever the verb is, whatever the verb that you're going to do in the future, whatever the action is, then you write it in here. I will swim, I will run, I will play. Okay? If it's you, again, it's very simple. You will go, you will swim, you will ride, you will clean. I need to clean. My house is a mess. You will see. Sorry, he will see, she will see. We will watch something. They will do something. It will happen. It will be amazing. Okay, so it's so simple. You just behave like it's in the present and then add will, and that puts it straight into simple future. And I've done a few possible sentences here. So the sun, here is the subject, the sun will rise. There's the verb. The sun will rise at 7:25 a.m. Now, we've used simple, we've used future, simple future because this is a statement of fact. If you could say the sun will be rising, but it doesn't feel as sure, it doesn't feel as certain. The sun will be rising at around 7:25 a.m. If you don't know, if you know something will happen in the future but you're not sure exactly when, then you probably would then use that version. The sun will be rising. The sun will be rising around 7:30. But if you know when the sun will rise, then you use simple future because it's certain. The sun will rise. And it's also much easier. The sun will rise at 7:25 a.m. There are there are problems, hang on. I don't know what I'm doing now. There are problems on the trains. Therefore, Tom, so Tom is the subject, and Tom be, there's the verb, late. Tom will be late. As a certainty that Tom will be late because there are problems on the trains. The trains are delayed and therefore it is certain that he will be late. Okay? You could again change that if you're not sure. Then you could say Tom is going to be late, but that doesn't quite work in this context. So Tom will be late. Then we've also got I, subject, will be at work all week. It's for certain. I will be at work all week, definitely. All right, let's have a quick look at my patrons. What are you guys saying? I will go to rob the bank. Need some money. You could just literally say, I will rob. So you don't need to say to go to. That's just unnecessary. It does work still, but it's unnecessary. You can just say, I will rob. Rob is the verb. That's what you're doing. I will rob the bank. I need some money. Me too. But I won't rob the bank. I'll get into trouble. I'm friends with some police officers and they'll get very upset. Oh dear, it looks like I'm having a few streaming problems. Let me know if you're... Can everyone see me all right? Yeah, it's fine now. Okay. Gal, you'll go to jail for that. Yep. Not going to get caught. Okay. Da, 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 da. Could you tell us about will be able to? When do you need to use it? And about I am going to go. So I am going is part of the present tense, which we covered in the present tense lesson. So do go back and have a look at those. I think that was last week that we did those. So do check those out. And I will be able to, I don't know how best to explain it. It will happen in the future. It will be a possibility. So it's not a possibility right now, but in the future, I will be able to. It's like if someone phones me this moment, I'm going to use the poo phone. Hello, how can I help you? And someone says, can you talk now? I need to talk to you. Can you talk? And I'll say, I can't talk now because I'm teaching a lesson. I can't talk now, but I will be able to talk to you in an hour because in that time I'll be free. At that time I will be free. So I can't talk to you now, but I will be able to talk to you later. And then I hang up the poo phone. Does that make sense? Has that helped, Camille? I will be able to pass the exam. I learn now hard. So, Carlos, this sentence, it doesn't quite work. You'd have to say, I'm studying hard now is what you'd say. I am studying hard now, and so that I will be able to... Have you got an echo on my voice? Hello? You have, haven't you? Okay, sorry if you've been putting up that echo, I've just turned it off. I am studying hard now so that I will be able to pass my exams. Or therefore, you could use therefore. That is the consequence of studying hard. Can I say, I'll talk to you later? You can just say, I'll talk to you later. I was just giving you an example of how you would use I will be able to. I will be able to just tells them that it's a possibility later. Okay? So you can use both. I'll talk to you later. I will talk to you later. That's certain. I will talk to you later. Or I will be able to talk to you later. So it's just a slightly different meaning, but it all comes to the same conclusion that you will talk later. When I come to London, I will be able to meet you. Perfect, Hajja. Perfect. I will be able to meet you when. That's perfect. Good. All right. So we've looked at just simple future. What about if it's in the negative? So let's have a look at it in the negative. We've got I won't, because obviously the negative of will is won't. So it's very simple again. You just have subject, I, you, he, she, we, they, won't. And then the verb be, attending the party. I won't be attending the party. So it's happening in the future and I won't be a part of it. I won't be attending the party because I have too much work to do. And we have another negative. Oh no, that's not a negative. Oh yes, it is a negative. Here we go. So I've got I will try. So I've used it in the positive. I will try to tell him, but I am certain that he, subject, won't. In the negative, listen. He won't listen to me. So that's two uses of simple future, one in positive and one in the negative. I will try to tell him, but I am certain that he won't listen to me. So Hajja's just asked me to pronounce the word won't. Won't. So you have this O sound. Whoa. Won't. And then the NT. Won't. I won't. I won't. You have to be careful that you don't confuse this with want, which is obviously a completely different word. I want my cup of tea. I want my computer to keep working without constant technical hitches during my live lessons. What I want is very different from won't, which is saying you will not do something. Okay, so let's see what my patrons are putting forward for negative future simple tense sentences. Gosh, that's a tongue twister in itself. I won't attend classes today. So you see that's definite. It's very abrupt. I won't attend. And that, yes, that's good. So it's fact. It's definite. I won't attend classes today. Okay, good, Carlos. Gal, I won't leave you ever. Good, that works. I won't leave you ever. Brilliant. Talk to, but sometimes I hear talk with. What's the difference? I'll talk to him. I'll talk with him. Talk to and talk with are pretty much the same. They're interchangeable. I'll talk to him. I'll talk with him. I guess if you were going to pinpoint any major difference, it would be that to talk to someone might suggest that there's little interaction, that I am going to talk at you, talk to. So I'm going to deliver speech to them. But to talk with would suggest more of an exchange. So it's going to be more of a conversation. He talks, I talk, he talks, I talk. But to talk to someone might just be one way. Does that make sense? So one sounds like more of a communication back and forth, whereas talk to might just be one way. Okay, let's have a look what else you guys are saying. Won't and don't sound the same. Yes, won't and don't do sound the same, but won't is a w and don't is a d. W, d, w, d. Won't, don't. Won't, don't. Okay, let's get back to the future tenses. Slavek says, I won't complain, but I will because it's too hot. Good, very good. But to, in this context, this kind of to, when it means extreme, it needs to be a double O. So this is the wrong version of the word. So it's two O's in this one. Too hot. Haja, I won't miss your classes anymore, Anna. Perfect. Good use. Good use of the word. Let's have a look how we're doing over here on YouTube. Hi guys, how are you? Oh gosh, we've got 182 people watching. That's fantastic. Should I see how many thumbs we've got? Just have this little break for a moment, see how many thumbs we have here. I can't see. Can anyone tell me how many thumbs we have? Only 93. So we have 177 bodies here and only 94 thumbs. 97 thumbs. Come on, let's get over 100. Come on. Come on. Make me look like this. Yes, yes, thank you so much. Now I'm going to feel like this all day and I won't feel like this at all. Okay, good. Thank you, guys. Right, let's carry on and finish off this future tense, this future simple tense. So we have when we use future simple in a question form, so when we're interrogating using a question form. So we have, will the students behave themselves today? Now you'll notice the format slightly changes. So when we're just using future simple, we do subject plus the auxiliary verb will plus, equals no, plus the verb, and so on. But when we're doing it in a questioning form, then we change around the order and the subject goes second. So you start with will, and then you say the subject, and then you say the verb. So here you have it. Will the students, subject, behave themselves today? Will the students behave themselves today? I hope so. I do hope so. And then we have, do you think, and it changes again. Do you think, here we have the subject first, we will have a chance. That's interesting, isn't it? To catch up later. Interesting. So maybe it's just when will begins the question. So we could start the question with, will you marry me? Will he be upset? Will they stay together? Will the UK ever win Eurovision? No, probably not. So when the question starts with will, then we put the subject second and then the verb. Okay? You can sometimes hear a question being asked like this. You will marry me? And this is what I hear many students do. Oh no. Many students do it this way round. You will marry me? Question. And you know it's a question because they do the rising intonation. You will marry me? Will you? That rising tone at the end makes it a question. You are going out tonight? But if you didn't have the rising tone, then that sentence, you will marry me, is an order, a statement. You will marry me. And therefore, so that we don't confuse an order or an abrupt statement for a question, it's better to change the subject and will around. Will you? Will you? It seems that I'm having low 4G again. Isn't that insane? I hope that you can all see me all right and that this isn't too bad a signal. You're not receiving enough signal to maintain streaming. Can you all see me all right? Oh, yes, it's back on again now. Goodness me, I don't know what is wrong with my phone today. Okay, so does that make sense what I was saying? So a lot of students, when they're asking a question, will use the normal simple future order. They will say subject, will, verb. You will marry me. But if you don't have the right tone, someone could confuse it for you ordering them, you will marry me. And that might get you into some bother. It might get you into trouble. People will think that you're being rude or direct or demanding. You will teach me English. This is what I've heard my students saying. People I don't know very well, they'll message me and say, you will teach me English. You will add me on Skype. And I go, oh, that's a bit rude. I don't even know who you are. But what they mean is, will you teach me English? Will you add me on Skype? And that completely changes the meaning. That's a question, an inquiry. So this is a very important lesson to bear in mind. Okay, let's have a quick look at what you guys are saying. Lots of you, will you marry me? Yes, I will. Oh, thank you guys. I've got lots of offers, lots of acceptance. You're all accepting my marriage proposal. Ruha, will you be my friend? Yes, exactly. That's exactly the way you should put it. Will you be my friend? So let's have a look at what the patrons are saying. Let's have questions. Do you think we will get together soon again? Get together again soon. So just change the order of those last two words and that's perfect. Do you think we will get together again soon? Get together again soon. And I don't think you need that comma there either. Do you think we will get together again soon? So then that would be perfect, Carlos, just those last two. Hadja, will you send me to London to further my studies? So will you send me? Yep, that's absolutely perfect. Will you send me to London to further my studies? Perfect. Gal, will you marry Anna if I say please? Will you marry Anna? I find solution to my English problem. So, if you're asking somebody else to marry Anna, then this question is perfect. If Gal, you are asking me now to marry you, and you're just using my name in the sentence, then this sentence isn't correct. If you're asking me to marry you and you're just using my name, then you need to say marry me. Will you marry me, Anna, if I say please? Does that make sense? Will you marry me, Anna? Will you marry me, Anna, if I say please? So that would be the correct version of that sentence, unless you're talking to Bob and you're asking Bob, will you marry Anna if I say please? And Bob says, oh, but I don't want to marry Anna. Anna's horrible. She always wears red. She never goes live when she promises to go live. She's unreliable. She's always having problems with her phone. In that case, if you're talking to Bob about Anna, then you would say, will you marry Anna if I say please? I hope that makes sense. I'm not sure if my method of teaching is helping you. I hope so. Here we go. So, because of your awesome poop phone today, my friend doesn't believe me what Trump means. Will you tell Ruslan Camille was right? Trump means, yes, okay, so if you're watching and you don't already know what Trump means, Trump, spelt exactly the same way as the name Donald Trump. Trump in Britain is to fart, to blow gas out of your bottom and make a terrible smell. That is what Trump means to us Brits. So if I fart, I say, oh, I'm so sorry, I just trumped. Or I might say to you, did you just trump? I'm sure I can smell something horrible. So there you go. That's what Trump means. There you go. I hope that helped, Gal. Oh no, who asked me? Camille. Camille, I hope that helped for you. So then David says, what won't you do at the weekend? Oh, that's interesting, because normally you say, what will you do? So what won't you do at the weekend? I won't be sunbathing this weekend, is what I won't be doing, because I'll be too busy working. Slavik, will you go to the cinema to watch a film, not for a film? It kind of works, but it's not very native. To watch a film. Will you go to the cinema to watch a film? Carlos, will you accompany me to the movies? If you're saying movies like cinema, then you have to use an S. So let's go to the movies. Okay? Movies. All right, guys. I hope you're all doing all right over here on YouTube. I didn't know this about Trump. Antonio, you've missed out on some of my lessons. I did a whole lesson about bodily functions when we learned about that not so long ago. So if you are here and you haven't been here before, make sure you're a subscriber for a start. So click the subscribe button. And when you finish this lesson, take some time to look at the previous lessons. There's over 100 lessons here, and I'm sure there's something here you'll find helpful. So do take your time to look around. Okay. Yes, Rochelle, trumped means fart in England. That's right. Okay, is trumping polite? Is trumping polite? Not really. If I'm on a date and the man I'm dating trumps, I would be horrified. I'd be like, oh, did did you just trump? Really? In a restaurant full of people? We're about to eat our avocado salad and you're trumping? Then I'd be very upset. It's not very polite at all. People do it in kind of familiar circumstances. Some people do, some people don't. I don't. I find it very embarrassing. Oh, look, I'm burnt. Gosh, it's very hot here. The sun is very hot. Okay, so... Silent but deadly. Yes, Slavek, you are right. Let's go back to the lesson. So, we've talked a lot about questioning. Let's remove some of this. We'll keep some of these in. Will you marry me? Remember, anyone who drops the super chat will get these notes, and they'll also have their question. They'll have their question answered. So if I'm not responding to your comments on YouTube, then please don't take it personally. It's just that this lesson is specifically for patrons or anybody who contributes towards the growth of this channel. So now we're going to move on to future continuous and future progressive. But before we do, I'm just going to take a very quick toilet break. So you're going to go into a play ad, and I will be back in just a few moments' time. So do stay tuned, and we'll go on to the future continuous. So bear with me. Little toilet break for little old Anna, my small bladder, and I'll be back. Da, 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 da. Okay, and I'm back in the room. All right, so are you all still here? Are you all still with me? Is everyone here and with me? Good. All right, so I'm now relieved. I'm feeling better. Sometimes, you know, you just when nature calls, you just have to go. Yes, it was quick. I am Britain's quickest weir. It's official. I wee very, very quickly, and I wash my hands. Promise you. Okay, can you share your recipe for love with us? Says Carlos. You mean on the wall? Do you all want to hear the recipe for love? Yeah, why not? Okay, so the recipe for love, as stated on my wall, is ingredients: 1 cup of romance. Ooh la la. 1 pinch, so a pinch of humour. 2 spoonfuls, bloop, bloop, of joy, happiness. 1 pound, that's a measurement, 1 pound of compatibility, so getting along, being compatible. 3 tablespoons, that's the bigger spoons, 3 tablespoons of trust. Do you trust me? I trust you. And 1 cup of respect. 1/2 pound of sharing. Yeah. 1 zest. Zest is like, it's like a pinch, like a little bit. 1 zest of tenderness. So to be tender is to be gentle, like hugging, gentle touching, hand on the shoulder, tender. And 3/4 of a cup, 3/4 of a cup of patience. Like, you had to be patient while I knit to the bathroom, which was very kind of you. So that equals love. Da da da. Good. So now you all know the recipe for love. Okay, here we go. So back to the tenses. Good, thank you for that request, Carlos, and I hope that has satisfied you. So let's get back onto this. Future continuous or future progressive. Both of them mean exactly the same thing, just some people say future progressive and some people say future continuous. I like to use continuous, and whenever you see this word in a tense, that means that we're using ing. Continuous equals ing, something that will be happening. So this tense uses will be, so it's subject will be plus the verb ing. And it talks of action progressing in the future. So it talks about stuff that's happening in the future, which can be a bit confusing. What's the difference between future continuous and future simple? Well, let's first look at how we use how we set it up. So we have subject, I, you, she, he, they, we, it. Then we have will be. Every time, will be, and then the verb plus ing. So, where will I be going tonight? Tell me, where will I be going tonight? I will be going nowhere tonight. I will be going nowhere tonight. Where will you be going? So tell me, where will you be going? Where will you be going tomorrow morning? Where will you be going tomorrow morning? To the bar? One of you said bar. I will be going to the bar tomorrow. Oh dear. Where will she be going? Where will she be going? Or where will he be going? Rachel has said, I will, let's do she. She will be going to the restroom. Now, interesting, this word came up actually in a lesson this morning as well. Restroom is American and it means bathroom or toilet. So could you tell me where your restroom is what you would hear from an American potentially. You would never hear it in Britain. We don't say restroom. We say bank. You'd say the restroom rather than a restroom. Unless you're trying to find a restroom and you don't know where the one is specifically. So if it's non-specific, you'd say, I'm going to a restroom, but we wouldn't use it with I'm going to. We'd normally say the. I'm just going to the bathroom. And so let's change this because it's not British English, so I'm going to the bathroom. Meaning I'm going to the toilet. She will be going to the bathroom. He will be going to school. They will be going to home. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Did teacher make a boo-boo? Yes, she did. We never use to with home. Do you remember? That's what we said earlier. So we just say, they will be going home. And that is perfect. We will be going, what have we got here? We will be going to the airport. We will be going to the airport. It will be going to the garage. So I'm thinking of it being a car, and the car will be going to the garage to be mended. So it will be going to the garage. Okay, good. So we've got a basic idea here. Let's get my patrons working now. So I want you to give me a sentence using the future continuous tense. You can talk about any person, it, they, we, he, she, you, me, not me, I. But I want you then to continue the sentence with future continuous, please. And it's always better with future continuous to give a certain time. and I'll tell you why in a little while when we move on. So say tonight, or tomorrow, or this morning, or not this, yes, this morning, or at a specific time or a specific date. On the 3rd of May, I will be going to Canada or wherever. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. Michelle, why don't we use to with the word home? I don't know, if I'm honest. And this is what I'm always saying to my students. Don't question why with everything. English is really complicated at the best of times. Language is complicated. So don't worry about why. Just trust me that it's not the done thing. We don't say going to home. You can go to the house. Yeah, you just don't use to home. You don't say to home. Okay? So just trust me. Trust me on that and don't worry. Don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. So I will be going to a fair tomorrow. Great. You could say the fair, but great. You're going to a fair tomorrow. So I would assume that you know, you're assuming I don't know about this fair. So you're assuming that I know nothing about a fair. So you're saying I'm going to a fair tomorrow morning. If I know about this fair, if it's a fair in our local town that you're going to, then you would say to me, I'm going to the fair, because we all know which fair you're talking about. I'm going to the fair. But otherwise, very good. David, what will you be doing tonight at 10 o'clock? Will you be sleeping at 10 o'clock? Good, David. Good. So you changed it around because it's an interrogation. It's a question. You've put will first. And then you put you, the subject, and between will and be. Interesting. So we split up will and be, put the subject in the middle, and then the verb doing. Interesting. So we'll look at that in a moment. I'm going to buy you a huge diamond ring. You're worth it. R-E. So that's your, like this. You are. You're worth it. We will be going to friends tomorrow. What, to a friend's house, to a friend's place? You can't go to people. It doesn't feel right to say that. So you could, I'm going to see friends tomorrow would be probably the best bet. We will be going to see friends. We'll be going to see friends tomorrow. Or you could say we will be going to my friends, make that possessive, friend's house tomorrow. Or my friend's place tomorrow. Okay? I will be eating a pizza after the lesson. Oh, wow, fantastic. Don't burn it. I burnt my last pizza. It was very upsetting. Good. Then we have, I will be going to Spain for a holiday. Fantastic. Great. I will be going to throw up this evening. Drunk too much. Good gal. Well, not good. Bad. But also, do remember that to, when it's extreme, is written like this. It's too much. It's too hot. I ate too much. It's too cold. It's too late. Too double O. You will be going to have dinner. You will be going to have dinner. Yes, okay, that works. I will be watching a movie tonight or a film. Perfect. It's because you have a question word at the beginning. I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure what that relates to, Carlos. Let me have a look back. No, you still need to use to see. We will be going to see friends tomorrow. Okay, cool. I will be going to go. Thomas, that doesn't work. I will be going to go. I will be going. If you're leaving, then you just say I will be going at that point. I will be leaving. I will be going. You don't say I will be going to go. You could say no. I will be going. No, you don't say going to go. It doesn't work. So apart from teaching, you also sing. I teach singing. Actually, I have another channel, which is a singing channel, singing education. So if you like singing and you want to learn to sing with me, then look up Verba Vocal Technique. Verba Vocal. In fact, the channel is probably linked and featured to this YouTube channel. So yeah, come and sing with me. All right, let's get back to those good old tenses. So we have looked at all these. So here's some examples. He will be going to school at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Now, the reason we use future continuous, and well, the difference between future continuous and future simple is that we're talking about something that will be happening at a certain time, something that will be in action at a certain time. So here we're saying at 9 o'clock tomorrow, this will be happening. It's going to be in progress at this time. You could say he will, we could take this out. He will go to school at 9 a.m. tomorrow. But it doesn't, it feels like a completed action. It feels like he will go, it's happened, it will have happened by that point, or it feels quite direct. It doesn't feel natural. Because we're talking about a specific time, and this is going to be in progress, so he will be going. During the afternoon, so here is the time. During the afternoon, I will be working. This, I will work, doesn't feel right for during the afternoon. During the afternoon, I will work. It doesn't feel right because the work is going to be ongoing. The work will be in progress. So if whatever is happening is happening during a certain time, which you're mentioning, then you should use future continuous. Over the bank holiday weekend, which we're about to have a bank holiday weekend this weekend, over the bank holiday weekend, we will be, so this will be happening during the weekend, we will be visiting my family. However, if you do slip and say, we will visit my family, then that's absolutely fine. It works just as well. And this is where English is so confusing and grammar is so confusing because both of those make sense. We will be going to visit my family, we will be visiting my family, or we will visit my family. There's a very small, subtle amount of difference between the two. Grammar, eh? Trump, Trump. Okay, so let's carry on through some of these examples. Will he be, oh, now we're on to the interrogations, we're on the questions. Will he be accompanying you this, oh, take that out. Teacher made a typo. Will he be accompanying you later? So there we've got a specific time. I'm asking that when you are in progress of arriving, will he be accompanying you later on? So you could, like we said before, put it this way round, the normal way round. He will be accompanying you later with the tone. But if you get the tone wrong, then you're being very demanding. You're saying, he will be accompanying you later. It will happen, whether you like it or not. He will. But that's not what we're saying. We're asking if he's going to come. We don't know that he's coming. He's going to accompany you. So we're questioning if he's going to come, and therefore we need to change the order and go back to will. Will he be accompanying you? So we do the will, then the subject, then be. Will he be? Will you be? Will she be? Will they be? Will we be accompanying you? Let's try another one. Will you be eating with us tonight? Will you be eating with us tonight? So that's specifically asking at this time, will this be happening? When will, so we still have it in this order, you be flying to Germany? When will you be flying to Germany? Okay, let's see what my patrons are saying. I will be studying until the 6th of June. Good. Amazing voice, Anna. Thank you, guys. I saw your other channel. Ah, cool. Have you been singing along? At 10 a.m. tomorrow, I will be travelling to my friend's city. Fabulous. I think travelling might have 2 L's in it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's a double L. But we all know how good my spelling is. Not very good at all. Dennis, will we be doing a quiz at the end of the lesson? Not today. Quizzes with grammar? I guess we could do, but I haven't prepared one today, I'm sorry. You like the quizzes, do you, Dennis? Will the sun be shining? Good. Will the sun be shining when you wake up tomorrow in London? I hope so. Anna, does gonna equal going to? Yes, it does. Gonna, going to, wanna, want to, shoulda, should have. We could do a whole lesson on these things. All right, I'm going very red in the face. It's very warm here. Very warm. How are we doing over here on YouTube? You're all still with me? You're all still with me? You're all having a conversation, I think. Yes, it is a double L in travelling, says Harrison. Thank you very much for that. My spelling is dreadful, so doing things off the top of my head is never a good idea. Okay, let's carry on. Let's get to the end of this. So, will you be eating with us tonight? We've already done that. So let's just look at it in the negative. Will in the negative turns to won't. So I won't be going to the meeting. Let's add a timescale to that. Now, in fact, actually, we don't need to. If I said, I won't go. If I said, I won't go to the meeting, I can't fully explain why, but I won't go to the meeting sounds petulant. It's like a sulking child saying, no, I won't go to the meeting. No, I won't go. It's like someone's being stubborn and, yes, just being hard-faced, hard-nosed and not wanting to go. I won't go. So like a child saying, I won't go to school. I won't go to bed. I won't stay in my room. So that's how it sounds if you say I won't go. But if you put in I won't be going, I won't be going. I'm sorry, I won't be going to the meeting. Even if I won't be going to the meeting. That makes me go, oh, why? Has something happened? What is your reason? Is there something gone wrong? Are you sick? It's a lot softer. I won't be going. I'm unable to, or whatever. But I won't go makes it sound stubborn and petulant. Let's have a look at the other examples. We won't be living together after this week. We won't be living together after this week. Yes, if we sound so, it's soft, it's gentle. It might be circumstantial. But if you say, we won't live together after this week, that sounds so permanent and like forever. We will never, ever live together after this week. We won't live together after this week, that's it. It's over. Okay? So it's much better to use the continuous version. We won't be living together after this week. You won't be running in the competition. So that's, again, it's softer than you won't run in the competition. I hope that makes a little sense. And it's difficult to follow. Carlos, but I thought only American English was travelling with 2 L's. Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm going to see travelling. Travelling. Oh, you might be right there, you know, Carlos. Has anyone got access to a Cambridge dictionary? Cambridge or Oxford Dictionary, if you can type in travelling with one L. I always thought it was two L's, but it could very well be that that's an American thing. I don't know. Gopal says, your English is wonderful. Thank you, I'm English. This is my native language, and unfortunately I don't speak any other languages fluently. But you guys obviously do speak another language. You speak English, which is wonderful. And if I can help you, then I would like to. Emin says, please pronounce auxiliary. Auxiliary. It's almost like an O-G sound. Auxiliary. Auxiliary. Okay, cool. So 1L is American. 1L is American, so 2L's is British. Is that right? Okay, guys, if you write in foreign languages, I won't be able to respond to you. All right? British English covers Scottish and Irish. That's British English. They won't buy a house which they rent. Yeah? They won't buy a house because they rent. It's probably a better way to do that. Larissa, thank you very much. Traveling 1L is American Canadian. All right, guys. Well, that wraps up that session because you'll see the notes are over. That's all the notes. I will be sending these through to my upper tier patrons. Actually, no, sorry. I'll send these notes to all my patrons. Get the grammar notes. So patrons, just look out on the Patreon page. I'll be sending those notes through very soon. If it's helpful for you, then I'm happy to share them with you. Is it easy for you to understand American English? Absolutely. American English and British English are pretty much the same. For me, it's all English. It's just a slight variation. Just like Liverpool is slightly different to Standard English, and Manchester is different to Sheffield, and Scotland is different to Wales. So it's all English. They just have some different words and some different pronunciations. That's all. Da 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 da. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Ivy. Is it expensive? Are you talking to me? I don't know what you're asking about. I'm sorry. Is there a difference between will and going to? So that's what we just covered, Dennis. So will is simple future, and going to, is it? I will be, oh, so no, going to is slightly different. Going to is intention. So I intend to do something, but it's not definite. It's not set in stone. So you can't say like the sun will rise. The sun will rise. Every day the sun will rise and the sun will set. I am going to work on my song tonight. That's an intention. I intend to, but it's not certain. It's not definite that it's going to happen. I intend to. I'm going to. But it's not. Anyway, that's actually future, present continuous, isn't it? I'm going to, I am going to. It's present. So do look back at the present tense grammar video. Oh, I hate grammar so much. Does anyone else hate grammar as much as I do? Anyone? I find all the titles of all the different tenses just completely baffling. They all sound the same. They're not different enough. They're all kind of, it's all grey areas. They all kind of overlap a little bit. Ugh, it's mind-boggling is what it is. Mind-boggling. All right, well, we've been here for 1 hour and 10 minutes, so I'm going to start wrapping up. I want to say a huge thank you to my patrons. Like I said, without you, I wouldn't be doing as much as I am doing. And if you are interested in joining the Patreon team, then we would love to have you. All you have to do is follow the link to the Patreon page in the description box. If you are joining me here for the first time, then please do press the subscribe button and the bell notification button so you don't miss any future lessons. I'm going to be live tomorrow. I'm going to be live at 7 o'clock. anyway, so I'll be here again in an hour and a half to do some pronunciation with you. That will be a short lesson. And I'll be here again tomorrow morning doing another lesson. I haven't decided exactly what yet. Maybe you can make some suggestions right now of what you would like me to do. A topic, perhaps. And so subscribe. If you have enjoyed it and you haven't yet given this video a like, then please do. If you know anybody who would benefit from these lessons, then feel free to share. Do come and join me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm also doing free daily lessons on Instagram as well. Just little pronunciation classes. And that's all I have to say, really. I hope you have a lovely Friday evening. I'm going to be teaching until about 10 o'clock tonight. But I hope that you guys are out partying or spending time with your family or your friends and having a wonderful time. That's what I hope for you guys. I might not have a social life. I'm spending my weekend working, but I hope that you guys are making the most of the weekend ahead. Louis, you've been so kind as always. You're very welcome. Thank you for your kind comment. Javert, thank you for your class. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you, Javert. I hope you'll join me on the other classes. Thank you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Could you make a video about adverbs? I mean, it's on the list. Probably won't do another grammar one tomorrow. I'll probably do something a bit more fun. But grammar usually every Friday. Thank you. Lots of thank yous. You're all welcome. And with that, I think I'm going to go and get ready for the pronunciation class. So hopefully see you guys in an hour and a half for the pronunciation class. I'm going to go and have some dinner and maybe catch a few more rays outside, sun rays, and not get too red, hopefully cover up. And lovely, I will see you guys in an hour and a half or tomorrow. All right. Mwah. Lots of love from London. Take care. Goodbye.